Green Cooling scores with the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show.
Yes, very good evening and welcome. It is the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show. Of course, it's the best day of the week, as Parky would say. My name's Steve Beach, and with me tonight is... Well, nobody. Parky isn't with me tonight because as we're recording the show, tomorrow Parky will be off over to Serbia. He will head over there with the under-19 squad that will be playing in the European Championships. And obviously, if you've been with us throughout the weeks, you will have heard of obviously the various reports Parky's brought back from training camps, etc. And the lads will be going over there to compete in that tournament, which obviously the under-19s competed a couple of seasons ago, I think it was, and came back victorious. So they're going over there as defending champions at the moment. From what Parky was saying last week, they could be in for a little bit of a tough ride, certainly with the French team that's going over. Never easy against the French side, but Parky said particularly at the moment this team is a very good team. But nevertheless, I'm sure the guys will give it a good go and they will enjoy the trip and enjoy, of course, the experience, which it's all the character building and, of course, coming back, hopefully, with that trophy. But nevertheless, I'm going to be standing in for Parky for a couple of weeks because he's got a couple of other ventures to go on as well. And Parky will be bringing us back various reports from the under-19s tournaments over there in Serbia, and obviously the following weeks when he's out and about. So then we're going to crack on. And what have we got for you tonight? Well, speaking of crack on, we'll be getting up in the Cumbria Rugby League, where we'll be going and obviously dipping into the Cumbrian crack, because we do every week, and they give us a great match report and really cover the game up really well. We also will be covering obviously the Northwest Men's League, seeing how things are going on there, plus the Yorkshire Men's League, and of course we will round things off with the NCL and take a look there through the various divisions to see how teams have been going on over the weekend. Parky and myself, well, we were over at Wigan St Pat's to take in the game between St Pat's and Dewsbury Moor Maroons, two sides who are locked together in that Division 1 title push at the moment. And we've got a couple of interviews and a match report to bring you on that. So please stay with us. And so where shall we start? Well, let's go to Cumbria, and as I say, let's see what's going on up there in the Ixon Cumberland. I know why Parky struggles with that now. Cumberland League. And anyway, it was a big game in the Holman Ixon Cumberland ARL. Went Cockermouth's way in a tough game with Murrayport. The home side came out on top, 30 points to 24 in an exciting contest. Danny Price 2, Ben Irving, Alex Barton, Dan Woodcock scored the tries for the Highfield side, with skipper Regan Tinian landing 5 goals. Ethan Cross was their man of the match. Murrayport were also in contention and matched their host with 5 tries, with Liam Anderson 2, Craig Foster, Carl Steele and Phil Lister, but Blake Miller converted only 2. Alice Nixon took the man of match honours for them. At the halfway stage, Murrayport enjoyed an 18-6 advantage, but couldn't maintain that lead in the second half. Cockermouth coach Liam McAvoy said, "We made a slow start, which has happened before, but I was proud and happy with the boys on how they stuck in after that and ground out a good win. Ethan Cross was great for us, doing the jobs that nobody else wanted to do, so I thought Spencer Fullerton also was very good in the way he dealt with their front row. We're looking to finish in the top 4 when the league splits, and that will give us a game against the 5 best, which we are all looking forward to." Mark Foster, the Murrayport head coach, said, "It was another close defeat to Cockermouth, as we've had before after being up 18-6 at half time playing down the hill. Some poor defence in the second half, especially around the ruck near our own line, meant we were 28 points to 18 down, but credit to the lads trying to the end. We came back into it with a late try to give us some hope of snatching the win before Cockermouth kicked a penalty on the final whistle. Unfortunately, we lost scrum half Sam Forrester early with a fractured cheekbone and has a couple of other knocks. It was disappointing again, but we need to regroup over the next couple of weeks in training before our next game at the end of July, and I'm confident my players will stick together and worked through. There was a good game at Lauca where the home side beat Hensingham Hay 38 points to 28 after they looked like running away with it at half time, sitting on a 22 points to nil lead. The Lauca tries came from Emerson Allen, 2, Mitchell Todd, and man of the match Zender Callender. Mullen Robinson, Jordan Allen and Keith Campbell with the latter kicking 5 goals. The Hensingham tries were scored by Jesse Joe Parker, 2, Theo Crow, Ollie Dunn, Stephen Hodgson was man of the match and Dylan Bragg kicked 4 goals. Lee Allen, the Lauca coach, said it was a good win for us. Again, a mainly young Hensingham side that had 10 under-18s playing and a few experienced old heads who pushed them around the park. We had a healthy lead at half-time, but Hensingham came back at us strong, but we managed to hold on. Chris Crow, his Hensingham counterpart, said, the last few games against Lauca, they have battered us with some really big scores, and Saturday was looking like another half-time. But credit to the lads, they stuck to and worked hard and put in a really good performance, and our fullback Flynn Bragg helped create points with his kicking. Dylan Cromwell, moving from centre to front row, carried hard all game, while our seasoned campaigner Jesse Joe Parker and Craig McAvoy kept the young lads focused and helped them play defensively. Our hooker Theo Crow got us going with some great line speed and work round the rope was brilliant to watch. It was also a huge positive that we used 3 under-17s, Corby Rickaby, Brady Clifford and Corey Turner, who were all making debuts and played up really well. In the other week's game, Aspria were 44 points to nil winners against Ellenborough A, in which they scored tries through Ben Tootle, 2, Chris Beattie, 2, and man of the match, Mark Irwin. Luke Johnson, Stuart Creighton and Jordan Moore also added extras. Johnson kicked 5 goals and Irwin added 1. Ellenborough's man of the match was Josh Pattinson. Aspria's chairman Mark Wrigley said, credit to Ellenborough for filling the fixture as they came with just 3 subs, but during the game never took a backward step. Overall, they probably deserved a couple of tries, but I'm sure our coaching team will be pleased with the Hornets' goal line defence. We'll have a look what's been happening in the Barrier and District Open Age and the results for this weekend. As far as I know, I'm sure it was the Harry Warman Cup, if I'm not wrong, and it was Dalton A up against Millham A. That was last Wednesday. It was Dalton A 0, Millham A 22. So that sends Millham A through to obviously the next round. We go over to the Yorkshire Men's League and results for this weekend. Kicking off with the Premier Division. And we've got Keighley Albion 18, Stanley Rangers 24, King's Cross Park 36, Westgate Common 38. Then we go down to Division 1. Wibsey Warriors, they were up against Siddle Academy, and it's Wibsey Warriors 16, Siddle Academy 20. Charleston Rovers 8, Hunslet 16. Ossett Trinity Tigers 14, Bradford Dudley Hill 6. Cutside Raiders 14, Murfield ARLFC 50. So that's Division 1 into Division 2. Emily Moor Cougars 14, Seacroft Sharks 26. Mold Green 70, Birkenshaw Blue Dogs 6. Moving into Division 3, Wyke 24, York Acorn 0, Upton ARLFC 22, Birstall Victoria 30, Doddas minus 64, New Earswick All Blacks 4, Bramley Buffaloes 24, Elland and Gretland 0. And into Division 4, we move on to Dewsbury Moor 14, Underbank Rangers 24, Oulton Raiders 8, York Barbarians 18, Gould Vikings 26, Sherburn Bears 8. In Division 5, Scarborough Pirates 56, the Criddleston All Blacks 10, Farnley Falcons 24, Garforth Tigers 0, Derby Elks 36, Batley 14, Lindley St Joseph's 36, Durham Valley Bulldogs 6. Into Division 6, We've got Rycroft Hammers 8, King's Cross Park Academy 44, Ensworth Dragons 56, Guiseley Rangers 6, Keighley Albion Academy 12, the Moortown Mambas 24. Great to see the Moortown Mambas there, really doing well this season. Then we move into the NCL Alliance, kicking things off. Or the only game played actually was Youth against Normanton Knights, and it was Youth 24, Normanton Knights 0. Now, so that's your results for the Yorkshire Men's League this weekend. Moving over to the North West Men's League, kicking off with the Premier Division, which saw Latchford Albion take on Easham Atoms. It was Latchford Albion 22, Easham Atoms 40. Ersfinch 36, Blackbrook 10. Halton Farnworth Hornets 22, Ashton Burst 12. Fawley Lane 16, Orrell St James 22. In the First Division, we saw Thatterweath Crusaders A 22, Goulburn Parkside 20. Dalton 26, Hindley 26, Burton Woodbridge 24, Wigan St Cuthbert's 28. Big win there for St Cuthbert's away from home. Salford City Roosters 10, West Orton Lions 26. Again, West Orton Lions doing very good this season. Chorley Panthers 20, Ulverston 36. That is your Division 1 results. Moving down into Division 2. We're going to kick things off with Waterhead Warriors A16, Rochdale Mayfield A16. Highpool Tigers 32, Roost Pioneers 14. Westbank Bears 26, Newton Storm 18. And in Division 3, which saw Caddishead Rhinos take on Wigan St Jude's North West men's side, and it was Caddishead Rhinos 16, Wigan St Jude's 18. Garswood Stags 24, Clockface Miners 0. Higginshaw 13, Blackpool Scorpions 12. Looks like a really close game there in the Division 3 encounter. Division 4, we've got Liverpool Lizards 32, Langworthy Reds 40. And Culcheth Eagles, they were up against Chester Gladiators, and it was Culcheth Eagles 22, Chester Gladiators 18. And finally, we'll see if there was any in the entry league we can bring to you. And that was, Salford City Roosters. They were up against Wigan Bulldogs, and it was Salford City Roosters A 20, Wigan Bulldogs 24. So there you go. That is the results for the Yorkshire Men's League over this weekend. What we'll do, we'll just nip back and we'll go through the tables as they stand at the moment, kicking off, of course, with the Prem there. And at the bottom of the pile at the moment, we've got Latchford Albion, who've played 10. Only won 2 this season, lost 8 with 3 points. Shevington Sharks next, they've played 8. 2 wins for them, 6 losses and 4 points for them. Fawley Lane in 7th, they've played 8. Also won 2, lost 5 but drawn 1. They've got 5 points. Easham Atoms in 6th, played 9, won 3, lost 6. They're on 6 points. Ashton Burrs in 5th, they've played 8. They have won 4, lost 3 and drawn 1. They're on 9 points. Alton Farnworth Hornets, they've played 9, they've won 5, lost 3 and drawn 1. They're on 11 points. And your top 3 are in 3rd place, Blackbrook. They're on 10 games played. They've won 6, lost 4, and they're on 12 points. And just above them is Orrell St James. They've played 9, they've won 6, lost 2 and drawn 1. They've got 13 points. But top of the pile at the moment is Ersfinch, and I've been for I would say the majority of the season. They've played 7, they've won 7, of course they've got 14 points there, so they're top of the table there in the Prem Division. Moving down to Division 1, at the bottom we've got Goulburn Parkside at the moment, played 9, won 1, lost 8, just a 1 point. Then we've got Thatterweath Crusaders A, they've played 11, lost 7, won 3, 4 points to them. And Burntwood Bridge, they've played 9. They've won 2. They have lost 5. And they have drawn 2. And they've got 6 points at the moment. Then up in 7th, we've got Chorley Panthers, who played 11. Won 4, lost 7. 8 points to them. In 6th, Wigan St Cuthberts, they've played 11. They've won 4, lost 6, and drawn 1. And they've got 9 points. So moving up into 5th place, we've got Ulverston, played 7, won 5, lost 2, got 10 points. And Salford City Roosters occupying the 4th place, played 13, and they have won 6, lost 7 though, and they're on 12 points. And your top 3 are in 3rd place is West Orton Lions, who played 10, won 6, lost 4, and they're on 12 points, and they've been having a really good season. Hindley are in 2nd place. They've played 12. They've won 8, lost 2, and they've got 18 points. And top of the pile is Dalton. They've played 11. They've won 9. They've lost none and drawn 2, and they have got 20 points. And that is your Division 1. Slipping down into Division 2, we have got, propping the pile up at the moment, is Wigan Springview. Played 9, won 1. Lost 8 with just the 1 point. They've had a point deducted for a forfeit earlier on in the season. Then at 7th, we've got Newton Storm, played 9, won 2, lost 7, and they've got 4 points. Above them, Roost Pioneers, played 6. They have won 3 and lost 3. They've got 6 points. Into 5th place, we've got the Leeds Miners Rangers A. They've played 9 games. They've won 4, lost 5, and they've got 8 points. Just above them is Waterhead Warriors A. Played 9, won 3, lost 4. They've got 8 points. And your top 3 in this division are Rochdale Mayfield A9. They've won 5 and lost 3. And that's 11 points for them. Westbank Birds, well, they have got played 9. They've won 6, lost 2, got 13 points. But top of the pile at the moment, and I've been again for a while this season, the Highfield Tigers played 8, won 8. A complete score there of 16 points and doing very well indeed. In Division 3, propping everyone up at the moment is Clockface Miners A, who have played 11. They've won 2, lost 9, and they've got no points because they've forfeited quite a few games this season, so obviously lost a lot of points, and another club are going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. Cadishead Rhinos played 9, won 1, lost 8, and they've got 1 point. Blackpool Scorpions played 9, won 2, lost 7, and they've got 4 points. Wigan St Jude's, they've played 10, they won 7 and lost 3 on 12 points. Higginshaw have played 10. They have won 6 and lost 4. They're also on 12 points. Runcorn Highfield, they've played 10. They won 6, lost 3. They're on 13 points. Banky Bulls, they've played 10. They've won 8. And they're on 17 points. Top of the pile is Garswood Stags. They've played 11 and won 11. An absolutely clean slate there for them with 22 points. Division 4, well, we go down to the bottom, and from West Orton Lions, first team doing very well. Unfortunately, their A team at the moment, I'm finding it tough, and it's West Orton Lions 8, 10 matches played. They've won 2, lost 8, and got 4 points. Then we've got Chester Gladiators, who've played 10, won 4, lost 6, 7 points. Liverpool Lizards, they played 10, won 5, lost 5, 10 points. Portico Vine played 10, won 6, lost 4. They've got 12 points. Cultus Eagles, they've played 11 games. They've won 6, lost 5 on 12 points. Oral St James A have played 9. They've won 6 and lost 3. They're on 12 points. And second place is Langworthy Reds. They've played 10. They've won 7. And they've got 14 points. And top of the pile, a team that I predicted to go through the season undefeated. But unfortunately, they haven't. But they're still there at the top. That's A. Warriors. Great to see them back in the Northwest Men's League. They played 10, won 8, lost 2. And they're top in the pile there with 16 points. So yeah, doing very well indeed. So there you go. That is the Northwest Men's League. So let's go over and let's crack on with obviously the places where me and Parky were at the weekend. We were obviously covering the NCL, and we'll kick off with some match reports. First and foremost, with regards to starting in the Premier Division, and Loch Lane pulled off arguably the shock of the season so far in the top flight with 40 points to 16 triumph over league leaders West Hull. The Lane are now in the drop zone solely on points difference, whilst West, in being denied a 9th successive win, have been bundled off top spot by Siddle. Castleford outfit went 10-0 up inside the opening quarter through a Lucas Moon brace. Nathan Fozzard adding the first of his 6 goals from 7 attempts. West got back onto the frame when Ben Arben powered over 3 minutes before the break. Kieran Welburn improved that score, but the hosts had the points in the bag by the hour, courtesy of unanswered tries by Harvey Keir, Lewis Price, Fozzard and James Cranswick. Arben completed an impressive hat-trick in the last 9 minutes, Welburn adding his 2nd goal. But between times, Chris Siddons dotted down for the Lane and a memorable 3rd successive win and revenge for the 36 points to 6 defeat at West. So it was Loch Lane 40, West Hull 16. Loch Lane scorers, Noon 2, Keir, Price, Fozzard, Cranswick and Siddons, and goals from Fozzard and the kick 6. West, it was tries 3 for Arben and Kieran Welburn kicked 2 goals. It was 10-6 at half time, so we're really close there. Anyway, Siddle cemented their position at the top of the table with a convincing 40 points to 18 victory over West Bowling, the current league propping the league up. Despite conceding an early try to Harry Milnes, West Bowling fought back through Lewis Camden to level the score midway through the first half. However, Siddle surged ahead before the break thanks to a flurry of tries by Sam Walsh, Danny Williams, Milnes again, and Oliver Lewis, with Lewis Ostey's impressive kicking converting 2 of those tries, further to extend the lead to 26 points to 6 at half time. West Bowling showed some fight in the second half with a try from Logan Simpson, but Siddle quickly responded with an unconverted scores from Walsh and Oliver Waite. Charlie Barrett closed the gap for West Bowling with 6 minutes remaining, but Siddle had the final say. Harvey Williams crossed the line for the 7th try, with Jamie Greenwood adding the conversion to seal a decisive win. This victory marks Siddle's 3rd consecutive win and completes the double over West Bowling, following their dominant 40 points to 4 win in Bradford earlier this season. Siddle 40 points, West Bowling 18, and the try scorers, as we say, were Milnes 2, Walsh 2, Williams, Lewis, Waite, Harvey, and Williams again, with a Hosty score kicking 3 goals, and also Greenwood getting on with the 1. West, it was Camden, Simpson and Barrett, with Harry Williams kicking 3 goals. Half-time score was 26 points to 6. Meanwhile, Hunslet ARFC beat Mayfield 40 points to 18 after trailing early in the second half. Tries from Will Cohen, Dodd, Hullock and Rouse secured the win despite Rouse's red card. Mayfield's Tolhurst and Park kept them in the contention but couldn't overcome Hunslet's scoring spree. So that was Hunslet's ARLFC 40, Rochdale Mayfield 18. Tries for Hunslet came from 2 for Cohen, 2 for Dodd, Hullock, Rouse and Abson. Gale kicked 6 goals. Mayfield's tries came from Parr and Tolhurst. He got 2 and Parr kicked 3. It was 22 points to 12 at half time. Wasbrough Hornets managed to bolster their playoff prospects with a 37 points to 6 success over Ewith, who they had narrowly beaten 18 points to 6 in York, and who are now perilously close to the relegation zone after 3 successive defeats. Ellison Holgate and Cole Walker-Taylor, who improved all 6 of his side's tries, crossed in the first 11 minutes, and although Ewith rallied through a Jack Aldous and Tom Wanless conversion, the Hornets led 19 points to 6 at the break, courtesy of a Dean Rooney field goal and Walker-Taylor's second try. Hornets had much the better of the second half, with unanswered touchdowns for Clark, Riley, Luke Davison and Holgate. So it was Wasbrough Hornets 37, Youth 6. Tries from Holgate 2, Walker Taylor 2, Riley and Davidson, and Walker Taylor kicking 6 goals and a field goal from Rooney. Youth, they had Aldous try and a one-less goal. It was 19 points to 6 at half time. Kells, by the way, ended a 4-match losing run and inflicted a third successive defeat on York Acorn. Kells were 26 points to 0 ahead at the interval, having posted a try and 3 goals for Dominic Weir, plus touchdowns by Harry Watson, Jamie Jennings, Aston Sight and Aaron Burns. Acorn opened and closed the scoring in the second, with Ant Chilton improving, scores by Josh Mortimer and Ryan Gallagher. But those efforts bookended tries by Mason Lethwaite and Sice, which Weir goaled. Head coach Peter Smith said, "We talked about how we were going to play regarding our efforts and commitments, and it was positive from the warm-up right through to the end of the game. It was a fully committed team from the players to the coaching staff, which helped us earn the win." Final score there, Kells 38, York Acorn 12. Tries for Kells were Watson, Jennings, Weir, 2 for Sice, 1 for Burns and Lethwaite. Weir kicking 5 goals. For York Acorn, Mortimer and Gallagher, with Ant Chilton 2 conversions. Tatweed's Crusaders secured a vital victory against Egremont Rangers, dominating the game to win 36 points to 10. This win not only completes a double over Egremont, but also propels the Crusaders out of the relegation zone, pushing Egremont deeper into the mire. Despite travelling with a depleted squad of just 16 players, Tato started strong. Sean Lester opened the scoring in the 3rd minute, and Brad Ashurst's converted try soon after extended their lead to 10 points. George Huff added another try in the 23rd minute, followed Ryan Orton's efforts, with Leicester converting both for a commanding 22 points lead by the half-hour mark. Egremont finally got on the scoreboard just before half-time with Paul Corkill's try converted by Matt Boucher. The second half saw a red card for each team, Peter Boucher for Egremont and Leicester for Tatweed. Corkill scored again shortly after, but Tatweed held firm. Lewis Huff, Brad Pinder and George Huff all crossed for the Crusaders in the final quarter, with Pinder converting one to seal a convincing victory. Rhys Davis, the Egremont coach, admitted, "We were just beaten by a better side, more experienced side. Not having the experience in the middle of the park showed at times." So the final score was Egremont Rangers 10, Tatweed Crusaders 36. We've got Rangers scorers were Corkill 2 tries and Boucher 1 goal. Crusaders, we had Leicester, Ashurst, 2 tries for Huff, Orton and Pinder. And Leicester kicked 3 goals, and Pinder also got on the score sheet there. It's 22 points to 6 to Tatweed Crusaders at the half-time mark. So let's have a look at how the league stands in the Premier Division of the NCL. Like before, we'll work bottom upwards, and we've got in 12th place is West Bowling, who are finding it tough for the moment up there in the Premier Division. Played 15. They've won 3, lost 12, just 6 points at the moment. Loch Lane, well, they've started to clap their heels together and have started to move a little bit in the right direction. They've got 14 games they've played. They've won 5, lost 9. They're on 10 points. Egremont Rangers, another team who were doing really well at the beginning of the season, but started to hit just a bit of a buffer at the moment. They played 15, won 5, lost 10. They've got 10 points as well. Youth, they've played 15, they've won 5, they've lost 10 as well, on the same points as Egremont with 10. York Acorn, sort of bubbling around there in the mid-table, and they've played 14, won 6, lost 8 with 12 points. Tatweed Crusaders, though, they've sort of just managed to start moving themselves in the right direction. They've played 14, won 6, lost 8, they're on 12 points. Just above them is Kells in 6th. They've played 15. They've won 5, lost 8. They're also on 12 points. Wasbrough Hornets, after a bit of a struggle, you might say, during the week, during the season. Played 15, won 7, lost 8. They've got 14 points. And Rochdale Mayfield, they're in 4th place. They've played 15, won 9, lost 4. They've got 20 points. Then we get up into the top 3. And we've got Unslit, are obviously the current champions at the moment, and have been for the last few seasons. Played 14, won 10, lost 2, drawn 2, and they're on 22 points. Then in 2nd place we've got Westall. They played 15, they've won 12, lost 3, and they're on 24 points. And on top at the moment on points difference, it is Siddle. Siddle have played 15, won 12, they've lost 3, and they're on 24 points as well. So that's the NCL Premier Division. We're going to go through, obviously, Division 1's review of the weekend's games. Kicking off on Friday night, it was Inch Rose Bridge. They exacted retribution for the 24 points to 18 home reverse in March with a 26 points to 24 verdict at Crossfields on Friday evening. The Bridge consolidated their top 6 hopes and ended the Soaps by extending a 24 points to 12 lead with TJ Boyd's penalty, his 4th goal following a previous penalty on 68 minutes, 6 minutes from time. That was enough to thwart Crossfield, who finished strongly with touchdowns for Dean Bradish and Brad Stanway, both of which the latter improved in a 4-goal contribution. The Warrington outfits had led early through tries by Ben Steele and Jamie Abram, while Kyle Malone, Robbie Valentine, who converted his own score, Boyd and Callum Law touched down for Ince. It was Crossfield 24, Inch Rose Bridge 26. And as we say, for Crossfields it was Steele, Abram, Bradish and Stanway kicking 4 goals. And then for Inch Rose Bridge, it was Malone, Valentine, Boyd and Lowe. Valentine getting 1 goal and Boyd kicking 4. Half time, still very close. It was 12 points to 16. Lee Miners' 7-match winning run was shattered by Olsen, who, in exacting retribution for the 16-12 defeat in Leeds, boosted their own playoff hopes. The Miners fought back from 10-0 down midway through the first half to only to be 18 points to 6 adrift into the closing quarters, thanks to tries and 2 goals for Marco Williamson and touchdowns by Noah Lancelot and Harry Gotts. But the Raiders sealed their win with Harvey Stevens' try and near the end a Jordan Bragg score, with Kieran Walpole booting his 4th goal. Harvey Williamson, Adrian Oldsworth and Stevens crossed in the first half for the visitors. So it was Lee Miners Rangers 16, Ulton Raiders 28. Miners scorers, as we say, was Williamson, Lancelot, Gotts, with Williamson getting 2 goals. Raiders was Williamson, Holdsworth and Stevens with two goals, with 2 tries, and Bragg also adding the Walpole 4 goals. Waterhead are now 2 points clear of Lee Miners at the head of the table, backing up the previous week's century against Clockface with 64 points. The nil stroll as Hull Dockers, who had lost 42 points to 6 in Oldham. Mitchell Birch and Harrison Dodd held themselves to hat-tricks, and other tries went on to Phil Joy, Jamie Mayall, Adam Robinson, Keegan Brennan, Rhys Smethurst and Jensen Hamilton. Brennan landed 4 goals and Mayall improved 3 touchdowns and Hamilton converted 1 effort. So that was Hull Dockers 0, Waterhead Warriors 64. Certainly doing the points difference column a world of good over the last 2 weeks, Waterhead Warriors. And as I said, tries there for Joy, 3 for Birch, 3 for Dodd, 1 for Mayall, Robinson, Brennan, Smethurst and Hamilton. Brennan kicking 4 goals, Mayall kicking 3 goals, and Hamilton weighing in with just the one. That's terrible, isn't it? But yeah, and a big score like that. And then we come to our game, which me and Parky were at, and we covered at the weekend, and it was a bit of a battle really, because it was 2 sides just next to each other in the league. It was Wigan St Pat's up against Dewsbury Moor Maroons, and let's kick off and let's bring you the highlights.
Green cooling keeps the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League show cool, even when tackles get heated.
St Pat's, they go on the attack, 2 passes to the right, Taylor Highland running on the outside, Lincoln on that right hand side, they're going to be in. It's a score in the very first minute. Jack Sproat racing over, beautiful play down that right side, Steve.
Yeah, it's got the ball out from the scrum over there to the right hand side on that clubhouse side, and they've gone in at the corner.
Gaskell, another young player, links with Braddock, Ryan Braddock, just 18 metres away from the line. Gaskell takes it right, long ball, Kendrick onto Highland, Highland's through, Highland has scored, takes something of a high shot on the line as well, but he's managed to take the ball and put it down, and it's currently 10 points to 0. What a start this is for Wigan St Pat's.
Just over five minutes gone there, Parky, and it's got to be said, Highland coming into the line there and giving the extra numbers, and he's not afraid to join in there on that side.
It goes down the right hand side again. Nice link up. Here's Braddock. Very useful forward, Ryan Braddock. I know that's been at St Pat's for quite a few years. Down the right it is. That's a great take from Taylor Highland. He slides a kick in behind the defence. And he's been dropped. They've come up with the try, have Wigan St Pat's. There was a real fumble at the back, and that was just brilliant play, to be honest. It was a lovely kick.
Just on the 14 and a half minutes mark, Parky, again, Taylor Highland involved, coming into the line, putting a lovely little kick in there, bobbling on this hard ground and unable to be taken in at the back, and they've scored.
Ball put down the right. So that man Hepworth again, who's coming right back to the middle. Great run from him. Stopped just 5 metres out from the line. Ball comes to the right again. Halfback Foster comes back towards the middle, links, it could be in, they are in!
Just to the left hand side of the post, lovely determination and effort there.
And it's a superb try from Mitch Gray. The substitute goes in, it's opened the scoring from Dewsbury Moor Maroons.
On 34 minutes.
Great way to open the scoring.
And just to the left of the post there, Parky, so conversion-wise makes it a hell of a lot easier, so it's bringing Dewsbury Moor well back into this game.
Good work by Pat Fisher. 10 metres out. And then it's run forward from dummy half. It just opened up for Kendrick. Referee checks, and a water try.
Just to the right hand side of the post there.
Ash Kendrick, it was the speed of the play the ball that did it. Stretches the advantage to 16 points to 6. Deep into time added on at the end of the first half by our match official.
Good job.
That man Taylor dancing around. Tackled. Taylor's wrestling with 2. Send down the left. Highland, little dab over the top. They're flying after this one. The bounce has cut them. It's such an unfortunate bounce, but flying through to pick up the pieces. It's Logan Bradbury. And I mentioned the young man has only just signed for Wigan St Pat's. This is his debut this afternoon, and he's come up with his first try for the club.
Yeah, he was there. As we were saying, the bounce of the rugby ball, we always mention about it. It bounced up really nicely there for him. But again, involved in that was Taylor Highland. And as I say, if he's going to be in around everything, you've just got to be careful. And that's 17 minutes gone in this second half. And St Pat's even been under the cosh for the majority of this half. Strengthen and lengthen their lead.
24 points to 6 to Wigan St Pat's. Tell you what, that was a brave carry then from Sproat, wasn't it?
Very.
Taylor, lovely work.
Lovely ball.
Here comes Highland. Highland's racing through. Highland back to Taylor. That's a high speed move of some quality. And Conor Taylor finishes it off. What a link up between him and Highland. Absolutely magnificent. So first of all, it was a little hook ball from Taylor which got Highland away, and then Highland ran into space, veered off to the left. Conor Taylor didn't just stand there admiring the pass, he got on his bike, got after it, and received a return pass to go underneath the post. Good work. All the way out to Bowes. Bowes has dived in at the corner. That's a great score.
Yeah.
Lovely work from Louis Walker to get the ball across. They just worked that ball so well. Metres away from the line. Kendrick at dummy half. Long ball left for Joe Pryor. Pryor over the top. Looks for Dervin. Dervin has to cut back from his centre position. Takes on Gray. Gray wrestles him down. 10 metres away from the line. Wigan St Pat's. Can they score a 7th try? They'll go close. They'll go close. They'll go more than close.
It's gone to the referee.
They have scored. Did you see who scored it?
I think it was Taylor Island, Parky. They're under that melee.
34 points to 6.
But 36 minutes gone. Just about 10 metres, 15 metres in from the touch line. Just a few minutes left into this second half. Just putting the scrum down. As I say, head and feed to Dewsbury Moor Maroons. Ball goes in, comes out from Barnes. Barnes pushes out to that right hand side. Coming back inside again. Taken in there by Aaron James. But brought down to the ground by 3 Wigan St Pat's players. Barnes, 6 again. Barnes in there at dummy half. Lovely ball there through. Oh, superb try by Epworth, going through there to the right hand side. Lovely little ball from Barnes, given to him, come onto it at pace, and a great little finish to this second half. Epworth managing to get in there.
What a score from Epworth that was. Really, really well worked. Further consolation makes it 36 points to 14. Berry running all the way, eventually wrestled down 20 metres out from the line. That's the final tackle of the game. Quite apt that it's Ash Kendrick who comes up with it. He's done some excellent work as well in defence, and it is 36 points to 16.
13 giving a voice to Community Rugby League.
Final score from the Wigan St Pat's game was 36 points to 16, as Parky said there. And as you heard on the on the highlights, that it was a very, very breezy day. And I've got to say that the wind played a big part in the game, and it was which team was going to manage that wind well. It was a hard pitch, so the ball bounced pretty quickly, and I've got to say the players who impressed, certainly me for both sides. Well, for Wigan St Pat's, Taylor Island was absolutely superb. Was involved in everything that good that Wigan St Pat's did. Also, Conor Taylor and Ash Kendrick as the halfback partnership were on fire too. Campbell Fisher at prop and Dee Zammert, they did the hard yards and sort of laid the platform, as they say, for those backs to do what they did. And of course it was Wigan St Pat's who came out victorious, but from a Dewsbury Moor Maroons point of view, who turned up and only had 3 substitutes, a couple of injuries early doors as well. George Woodcock, certainly in the first half, the full back was really interesting, and if he could have stayed on a bit longer, it probably could have been a certainly closer affair, but nevertheless from a forwards point of view, Kieran Epworth was really outstanding. Absolutely, really interesting game. Off the bench came Mitchell Gray and also Bradley Barnes. Bradley Barnes, if I'm not wrong, only a youngster, but went in at dummy half. Everything that he did was really important and really, really good. Mitchell Gray, along with Barnes, both tackled their hearts out, but really... you've got to say Mitchell Gray drove it really great forward. So, cracking match. Got to thank, obviously, Wigan St Pat's for the hospitality. But after the game, Parky caught up with Conor Taylor, half-back for Wigan St Pat's, and this is what he had to say afterwards.
OK, I'm alongside Conor Taylor. Conor, great win against Dewsbury Moor. How did you see it, mate?
Yeah, Dewsbury's a top side, and we knew we had to be at our best for beat them, and it was just about keeping hold of the ball. There was windy conditions, and it was just whoever played the conditions better were going to get the win. It was as simple as that, really.
What I really liked was your link-up play with Taylor Highland. The two of you seem to be on a different level, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously me and Taylor's played together a long time, so we sort of developed a combination over a number of seasons where we kind of know what each other's going to do, and I know if I get him the ball early enough in space, it's going to cause any team problems. So it's just about doing my job and getting him the ball as early as I can.
Is it right that he's going back to Australia in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, he goes back on, I believe it's around 15th, so he's going to be a massive loss for us. But we have a mentality where if one man moves on, we sort of next cab off the rank with some good young kids coming through. You saw yesterday a few young lads who played and really stepped up against the top side, so it'll be an opportunity for one of them to make that position their own. Yeah,
I was going to say, Ben Gaskell's distribution at dummy half really impressed me.
Yeah, obviously, Brad Smith's up there with nines in the league, and you lose someone like that, and you can filter someone in like young Ben who's, he's tough and he's still got a lot to learn, but I think yesterday proved that, he can fill those shoes and play that role for us long term.
I know it's been a difficult couple of years for Pats, but you seem to be getting back together and being on the right track.
Yeah, it's been tough. Obviously last year didn't go how we wanted it to, but we made a decision at the beginning of this year. There was all sorts of rumours flying around that we were folding, that we were just going to ignore the noise and focus on what we can and getting lads training and putting results out, and I think we've done that this season.
And I was pretty impressed with your performance, actually. You've got this running game that I really like, and sort of being able to skip through tackles and evade people. Has that always been a feature of your game?
Yeah, I probably don't like being too structured. Like sort of playing off the cuff and playing what I see, which, having the freedom to do that, I'm given that by the coaches at Pats, but pretty much do as I please, which is good for me. Don't get me wrong, they rein me back in sometimes, but no, it's probably my biggest asset to my game is my running.
And you've had a couple of really decent results over the last 2 or 3 games, haven't you?
Yeah, we've had some good results. We've sort of stayed below the line of everyone expected. I think it was like minors and stuff that go up at the beginning of the year. We've just managed to keep ourselves under the radar, just doing what we need to do week in, week out. We're churning some good results out. Obviously we lost a couple as well where we've not been at the races, but it happens in rugby league.
It certainly does, and especially with the amount of team changes that there is these days from week to week.
Yeah, definitely. I think you see in the Prem the teams that nail the combinations and don't really change the span and are the top teams, and that's where we need to be at. If we want to compete, we've got to get lads cemented in positions and not moving out for developed combinations.
I've also got to congratulate you because this is the first time that I'm speaking to you proper, and we're here ahead of England training as well. So I mean, what's that like, getting called up and sort of getting through all that trial process for the Community Lions?
No, it's a massive honour. It's something that as amateur players I can speak for everybody that's what you strive to do when you're playing week in, week out. The recognition's nice, but it's a team sport, and there's a couple of lads down at Pats who's helped me get here. So thanks to all them, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity I've been given.
It's a big honour for Pats as well, isn't it? Let's get it right as well. I mean, it's such a historic club. You go in the clubhouse and there's like loads of shirts adorning the walls, and soon your shirt could be up there as well with the best of them.
Yeah, it is. It's a club rich in history, and I've been lucky enough. I come up when I was 16. I've been lucky enough to play with some really good open age players who, has done this before me, and every one of them said, it'll be the highlight of your career when you go on tour, and it's just about being consistent, playing good rugby till we get there, and going in full of confidence.
Who've you got next up in league?
It's a nice big derby down at Pats. We've got Rosebridge next week on Saturday.
Oh, that'll be tasty, won't it?
Yeah, it will be, but they're always good games, and like the old saying goes, it's a derby, and form sort of goes out the window, and we've got to prepare right. I know the lads over the canal, they'll be preparing as well as they can for come down and turn us over. They got us at the beginning of the year, so we want to right that wrong, and get 2 points next week.
Well, best of luck. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Green Cooling keeps the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League show cool, even when tackles get heated.
There you go, that was Conor Taylor, half-back for Wigan St Pat's there, talking to Parky. It was at training on Sunday for the Open Age Lions. Which is going down under, as they were on about there. And as he mentioned, Taylor Ireland, fullback for Wigan St Pass, going to be leaving in a couple of weeks. And I've got to say, he will be missed because he was a great asset. It was absolutely superb. But as one door closes, another one opens, and I'm sure, as Conor said, there'll be a taxi off the rank to fill that place. While we were obviously at the match, we managed to catch up with Christian Floyd from Dewsbury Moor. Now, Parky interviewed him, I think it was about 18 months back now. And we just wanted to have a chat to see how things were going on now at Dewsbury Moor, because we know they're very forward-thinking club.
Delighted to be joined by Christian Floyd from Dewsbury Moor. Just speaking from a club side generally, I know it's probably about 18 months since we last spoke, isn't it? How have you been progressing?
Yeah, the club, to be honest, is just going from strength to strength to strength off the field. The club's 7 days a week busy now. We've just built a brand new building down at the field over the last 4 months, which is opening in the next 2 weeks. A toilet block, cafe bar, beer bar, all down at the field. So that'll be opening soon. The girls section's taking off massively. I think we've more girls teams than boys teams now. With 2 open age football teams, an open age women football team. There's archery, there's bingo, there's pool, there's over 65s on a Wednesday, the Suburia table football. So the club's really taking off massively now.
I'm going to come to you on that table football because our Steve loves doing his research and he loves getting on different internet websites and stuff, and he spotted this. So tell us, how does a table football team get set up? Is it a league as well?
They go around playing they go all over the world actually playing.
Really?
So there's about 15-20 members of the Suburia table football team. They meet every other Thursday, and they're obviously flicking their head about on the tables as you did in Suburia. But they go away playing in championships, and they come to us as a club and say, look, we're looking for a new base for our team, the Yorkshire Phoenix. We're happy to adopt the Dewsbury Moor badge. Is there any chance we can use your facilities and become part of your club? And we welcome everybody with open arms, and we said yeah, and that's taken off as well now. So
I think that's what's so encouraging, about when we've spoken to you in the past, and obviously you've got an open door policy to develop in the club. You want as many people coming into that club as possible, don't you?
Absolutely. It's a broad church for everybody to come and be welcome and feel safe, and all the junior teams and the adult teams and everybody that's associated with the club, even the social members. It's just a one club, one community feel, and I think that's why we're probably doing so well off the field as well as on it.
Christine, I really appreciate you giving your time up ahead of this big game. Thank you so much. Go well.
Thank you.
13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show. We talk because we care.
Yeah, there you go. That was Christian Floyd at Dewsbury Moor Maroons. As Parky said, we spoke to him about 18 months ago. It's a very forward-thinking club, and as Christian was saying, they have this open door policy where they welcome virtually anybody to come in. So obviously, the facility that they've got, these things have got to be paid for. Obviously, travel backwards and forwards for all the teams, not just their team, all the teams, and then again you've got kits, all those types of things, have all got to be paid for. So yeah, they diversify there, and as Parky was saying there, now let's just get something clear here. There are only certain types of websites that I do look at. So that seemed to be a little bit on the wrong side there. And I'll be having a word with Mr. Parkinson when he gets back from Serbia. But nevertheless, I did say to him off mic when we were talking, the tabletop football, the Subbuteo tabletop football, which was absolutely great when I actually saw it. But I thought, wouldn't it be great if they had the tabletop Subbuteo rugby game? Because I know that was big in the day. There's also a cricket game as well, I do believe, because I remember having that when I was a kid as well. That was really, really good. But certainly it would be great for them to start a tabletop rugby league team. But yeah, great to see the lads diversifying and the club going from strength to strength. So that was Wigan St Pax 36, Dewsbury Moor Maroons 16. And we move on to Skirler, who had received several hammerings in the past 5 successive defeats. Revived memories of the predecessors of the mid-90s and the 13-4 win over Stanley. The whole side led at the break through Ash Hedge Edge's 24th minute try and went 10-0 up when Carl Puckering converted Kieran Smith's touchdown as the game entered the final quarter. A Puckering penalty goal gave the Horse a 12-point buffer, and although Alfie Peach nipped over for the visitors, Puckering's late field goal condemned the Leeds outfit, who had been seeking a double after their 27-12 home win, to a 40 feet on the hoof. Stanley are now only 2 points clear of the relegation zone. So that was Skirler 13, Stanley 4. Then moving on, we have got Clotface, who, as I say, have been struggling. They took an absolute battering last week, letting in 100+ points. They were up against a bit of a derby match against Woolston Rovers, just down the road from where we're recording at the moment. And it was Woolston Rovers 48, Clotface minus 18. And Clotface, who would topple Woolston 30 points to 18 St Helens, slipped to that defeat. It was a 6 successive one as well. Rovers, 4 points clear of the danger area, were 42 points to 6 ahead before the Miners, Luke Leedon grabbed his second try and Connie McCartan crossed. Lewis Garrissy converting all 3 scores. The visitors, Jamie Jones, was sent off with 8 minutes left for striking, while Woolston's registered a James Tarvey brace and tries by Ryan Brown, Jake Proudlove and Adam Files, Craig Lawton, Tom Haley and Kieran Jones, plus goals by Lawton, who kicked 6, and Ben Dixon, who kicked 2. So that was a big win there for Woolston Rovers. Moving now, we'll have a look at the Division 1 league, see how things are panning out there. Again, we'll start from the bottom upwards, and as I was saying, Clotface Miners, there, as they said, the cellar dwellers at the moment. 13 games played, 2 games won, 11 games lost, just the 4 points. Then we have Skirler. They have 14 games played, 3 wins, 11 losses. They've got 6 points. Hull Dockers, they've played 14. Again, they have won 3, lost 11, also on 6 points. In 9th place is Stanley. They have 4 wins, 10 losses on 8 points. Then we've got Woolston Rovers in 8th place, played 14, won 5, lost 9. They've got 10 points. Crossfields, they're in 7th, played 14, won 6, lost 7. They're on 13, and drawn 1, and they're on 13 points. Ulton Raiders, they're on 14 points, won 7, lost 6, and they've drawn 1. Ince Rose Bridge, 14 games played, 10 games won, 4 games lost, 16 points. Dewsbury Moor Maroons, they have played 13, they have won 10, lost 3, they are on 16 points. Wigan St Pat's, they've played 14, they've won 11, they've lost 3, they're on 18 points. And we've got Lee Miners Rangers, have also played 14, won 10, lost 4, they're on 20 points, but Waterhead Warriors are there, top of the pile, played 14, won 11, lost 3, with 22 points. And so that is your standings for Division 1 at the moment. We're going to move on to Division 2. Shawcross Sharks staged a remarkable recovery from 20 points to 4 behind at the break at Barrow Island to prevail 26 points to 20 and consolidate their position at the head of the table. Second, Bottom Island had bounced back from an early Caleb Jordan try with a try and 4 goals by Sam Jones and touchdowns to Finn Dutton-Rosconi and Nathan Sneesby. But the visitors posted a 6 successive win with unanswered tries in the second period by Jordan, Callum Barger, Tom Ashen and on 64 minutes Zach Parkinson, 3 of which were improved by Deck Tomlinson. That's a big win there a great win for Shawcross Sharks away at Barrow Island. So what the tries were for Barrow Island, Dutton, Rosconi, Jones and Sneesby, 4 goals for Jones. For the Sharks, it was Jordan, 2 tries, Barker, Ashen and Parkinson, and Tomlinson waded in there with 3 goals. So then we're going to move over to Wigan St Jude's. Wigan St Jude's, they're second place, and it turned over Mighton, 36 points to 30 in Hull. and completed a double with an earlier 48 points to 24 win. Judes, who were 8 points to 4 adrift midway through the first half, were only 22-18 ahead early in the second period, but took control with tries by Danny Cassidy, Aaron Smith, Jacob Dugdale, Harry Parkinson, and Brogan Turner, with Cassidy kicking 6 goals. The 15-man Warriors, who have been in contention through touchdowns for James Matchett, Lee James, Kieran Wall, and Michael Ward, had the last word with James' second try and Jack Sanderson's second goal. But it wasn't enough against the Saints outfit, for whom Harry Parkinson, Callum Palmer, Conor Parkinson and Adam Holt crossed in the first half. So the score was 48 points to 24 for Wigan St Jude's. Parkinson 2 tries, Harry Parkinson 2 tries, Palmer, Holt, Cassidy, Parkinson, Smith, Dugdale and Turner and Cassidy weighed in with 6 goals. For the Warriors, it was Matchett, James, Wall and Ward, Sanderson kicking 2 goals. Third place, Oldham St Anne's avoided a third defeat on the trot in winning 10 points to 4 at Ellenborough, who had been beaten 26 points to 10 on the other side of the Pennines. Rangers, who have now lost 3 consecutive games, conceded a Greg Waddle try in the first half and a Kieran McGinty touchdown, improved by Richard Pogson 9 minutes after the restart. Andrew Austell popped over with 6 minutes left, but the Saints held out again against the Cumbrian outfit, who remain in 6th spot. So that was Ellenborough Rangers 4, St Anne's 10. It was Austell with the try for Rangers. For the Saints, it was Waddle and McGinty and Pogson kicking a goal. 4 points to 0 at half time. Well, Thornhill, they beat Millom 40 points to 18 to end a 5-match losing sequence. The Woolybacks, who would now have lost 4 games on the hoof, are below the Trojans on point difference and only 2 points above the relegation zone. Millom were only 18 points to 12 behind as the closing quarter beckoned, but Thornhill eased clear with tries by Jordan Edwards, Johnny Campbell for his hat-trick, Josh Clough and Rye Ward. Joel Gibson converted the opening try by Ollie Bocock, totalled 6 goals before Niall Harris claimed his second touchdown for the Cumbrians. Owen High also nipped over for Millom. Owen High also nipped over for Millom, and Jack Newbigam improved the score. So that was Thornhill 40, Millom 18. Then we've got Normanton, whose game at Millom 7 days earlier had been abandoned through a shortage of Knights players, are back to full roster for the visit of Pilks, seeking a 4th win on the bounce. It was the Knights, however, who registered a 4th successive victory, seeing off the St Helens side, who were only 4 points behind on the hour, with Caleb Robinson's 65th minute try and Jacob Crossland's 4th goal, securing a 32 points to 22 win, as revenge for their 34 points to 30 defeat in St Helens. Pilks, who remained cleared of the drop zone, posted tries by Tom Connick, George Hannon, Scott Pennington and Ryan Middlehurst, with Ben O'Connell 2 and Connick 1 adding goals. Joe Crossland bagged a brace for Normanton, for whom Ash Ains, Charlie Baker and Stu Biscombe also crossed. Normanton 9th 32, Pilks Rex 22. So good win there. And a last gasp try for Nathan Worthing, with Paul Falston adding his second goal, helped playoff hopefuls Dewsbury Celtic to a 16 points to 12 victory at relegation haunted Saddleworth, who had been beaten 42 points to 20 in West Yorkshire. Celtic had, in avoiding a third successive defeat, been in contention through tries by Jordan Hurst and Oliver Thornton. Rangers, who had led through Matt Whitehead's conversions of tries by Jay Taylor and Josh Brown, had their challenge undermined by the sin binning on 39 minutes of Rhys Worthing for dissent, and Brown, who, having been yellow carded on 71 minutes also for dissent, was then immediately sent off for allegedly swearing. So that was Saddleworth Rangers 12, Dewsbury Celtic 16. Taylor and Brown for Rangers scoring tries, Matt Whitehead kicking 2 goals. And then we got Celtic, Hurst, Thornton and Worthing scoring tries, with Paul Fulston 2 goals. So that is Division 2. Let's have a look at how things are lining up there in Division 2 with regards to the league again. At the bottom, we've got Mighton Warriors. They've played 14, won 2, lost 11. They've just got 5 points in the bag. Barrow Island played 15, won 4, lost 11. 8 points. Saddleworth Rangers, played 14, won 4, lost 10, 8 points. Then we've got Millham. Millham have played 14, won 5, lost 9 and 10 points. Pilks Rex, who are moving on up in the right direction, 14 played, 5 wins, 9 losses with 10 points. Thornhill Trojans, they've 13 games played, they've won 5, lost 8, also won 10 points. Ellenborough, they've played 15, they have won 6, lost 8 on 13 points. At 5th, Dewsbury Celtic played 15, won 8, lost 6, 17 points. Normanton Knights are in 4th and they have won 14, they played 14, they've won 9, lost 4 and 19 points. Oldham St Anne's, they're up there, played 15, won 10, lost 5 with 20 points. We've got Wigan St Jude's, played 14, won 12, lost 2, 24 points. But top of the pile, Shawcross Sharks, doing absolutely excellent this season. Played 15, won 14, 1 loss, and that was to Wigan St Jude's. And they have got 28 points. So, that's how things are in Division 2. Moving on to Division 3, and East Leeds are only 2 points behind promotion rivals Hensingham after completing a double following their 28 points to 18 home win with a 34 points to 22 success in Cumbria. Visitors were 34 points to 6 ahead on 53 minutes thanks to a Thomas Minns brace and tries by Kieran Edwards, Elliot Thompson, Shane Plunkett and Roy Railson, plus 5 goals from Luke Littlewood. The Ends, who had been seeking to extend a 5-match winning sequence, notched touchdowns in the final quarter by Callum Morgan, Dan McGarry and Jay Weatherall, with the latter who had converted Jack Kellett's first half try, adding his 3rd goal. But the damage had been done by a visiting outfit who have won their last 4 fixtures. Hensingham coach Chris Goward said, "To be honest, I was gutted. At the start, we went against everything we've been doing all season. Our defence had been great, but it just went out the window. It was an humbling experience for lads, perhaps a reality check and a kick up the backside that we needed. It's how we react from that now. It means East Leeds are right behind us in the table, so we have 6 cup finals between now and the end of that season. With no game this coming Saturday, I was going to give them a night off in training, but we'll be back in as usual, working hard." So that's Hensingham 22, East Leeds 34. Tries from Kellett, Morgan, McGarry and Weatherall, with Weatherall kicking 3 goals for the Hens. East Leeds, it was Railton, Edwards, Tomlinson, Plunkett, Tom Mims with 2 and Littlewood weighing in with 5 goals. But leaders Dissington beat Cumbrian neighbours Seaton, who are in the re-election zone, 28 points to 6 after having prevailed 16 points to 12 at Rangers. Seaton were 12-0 down before Charlie Ackley bustled over on the stroke of half-time, Grant Braithwaite improving. But Dissington, from whom Jack Penrice and Nicky Crooks had crossed, had the better of the second period with tries by Callum Fox, Jamie Friel and Kieran Worthington. Scott George converted 3 scores and Fox improved their last efforts. Neil Fraser, the Seaton coach, said, "I was pleased with the lads because they had a good go against a side who are deservedly top of the league." Final score, Dissington 28, Seaton Rangers 6. Dissington tries, as we say, were Penrice, Cook and Fox and Friel and Worthington, and George kicked 3 goals and 1 from Fox. From Rangers, it was Ackley's try and Braithwaite's goal. It was 12 points to 6 at half-time. Dreglington prevented Lee East from drawing level in the table by bouncing back from 12 points to 4 behind on the half hour to win 38 points to 28 and complete a double after their 39 points to 18 win in Leeds. Having opened up through Mike Sanderson, Drigg took control with tries by Lucas Hallis, Warren Benjamin for a 14 points to 12 interval lead. Jacob Usler, Sam Thornton, Alfie Ward and Kane Crote with Joe Sanderson 2 and Kean Bolton 3 adding goals. East, for whom Corbin Fletcher and Bradley Unsworth crossed in the first half, notched unanswered tries in the last 5 minutes for Adam Wilkes, Oscar Hansen and Fletcher, with Matty Aspinall totalling 4 goals. But the scores proved to be nothing more than a consolation effort. Final score was Lee East 28, Driglington 38. Tries for East, 2 for Fletcher, Unsworth, Wilkes and Hansen, and 4 goals for Aspinall. For Drigg, it was Sanderson, Hallis, Benjamin, Hustler, Thornton, Ward and Crote. Goals 2 for Sanderson and 3 for Bolton. And it was close at half time. It was just 12 points to 14. Bentley ended the 3-match losing run with a 26 points to 10 victory over Beverley, who were 20 points to 0 down before Ben Rowan and Conor Gallagher nipped in. Josh Poskett adding a goal, but the horse had the last word. Jake Starbuck charging in on 80 minutes and Ben Sykes slotting his second conversion. Jake Thompson, Jack Craswell, Ryan Craswell and Jordan Middleton had all helped forge the early lead, with Ryan Craswell improving at 1 effort. Final score, Bentley 26, Beverley 10. And tries for Bentley, but as I said, with Thompson, Jay Craswell or Craswell, Middleton and Starbuck, or Craswell kicking 1 goal and Sykes 2. For Beverley, it was Rowan and Gallagher and Poskett adding a goal. Half time was 16 points to 0 to Bentley. And finally, bottom side, Featherstone Lions, who had lost 54 points to 4 at Milford, were beaten 32 points to 16 in the return. The visitors, who never behind, recorded 2 Jake Payne tries, a Kyle Tasker brace and touchdowns for Callum Platt and Ben Brown, who improved his own score. The Lions missed out despite an early Alfie Beresford try and efforts in the last 5 minutes for Harrison Dewitt and Josh Bedditts, with Harry Sales adding 2 conversions. So obviously there were the results for Division 3. And let's have a look at Division 3. Down at the bottom we got Featherstone Lions, and they've played 14, lost 14 and are on -6 due to points deductions for failing to play games last season. Seaton Rangers played 12, won 1, lost 11. They're on 2 points. Milford are in 8th. They've played 11, won 4, lost 7 on 8 points. Bentley are in 7th, played 10, won 4, lost 5 on 9 points. And then Beverley, they're in 6th, played 12, won 8, lost 4 on 12 points. Lee East played 13, won 6, lost 7, also on 12 points. And your top 4 are Driglington, played 14, won 8, lost 6, and they're on 16 points. Then we've got East Leeds. East Leeds have played 12, they've won 10, lost 2, they're on 16 points. Hensingham have played 12, they've won 9, lost 3, they're on 18 points. And Dissington, who are top of the pile, have played 12, they've won 10, lost 1 on 21 points. East Leeds, of course, are another team that been deducted points for failing to play games in 2023, along with Beverley. So teams that are losing quite a few of their points. So let's have a look at what the fixtures are for the coming week, and we're going to move up into obviously the Premier Division and see how things kick off there. And we have got, let me just find where they are. And currently we have got on Thursday, we've got quite a big derby, as it were, local derby, Wigan versus Saints. It's Thursday, the 11th of July. We got Wigan St Jude's up against Pilch Rex. I know that is a game that someone got injured a few weeks back, and it's being replayed. So that's on Thursday, the 11th of July. Then on Friday, Division 1, Hull Dockers will play Skirler. They're moving into Saturday, the 13th of July. Premier Division, Lock Lane will take on Tatooine Crusaders. And Hunslet, they make the journey to York Acorn. In Division 1, another local derby, it is Clotface Miners who will be up against Crossfields. Lee Miners Rangers, they welcome Woolston Rovers. Ulton Raiders, they make the journey to Stanley, and Dewsbury Moor Maroons are on the travels again. They're going to Waterhead Warriors. That should be a tasty one, I must admit. Speaking of tasty, as we were saying before with the interview Parky was doing, probably the tasty one in Division 1 will be the local derby. As they were saying, 2 teams from either side of the canal. We've got Wigan St Pat's, and they'll be up against Ince Rose Bridge. Division 2 sees Saddleworth Rangers up against Tornell Trojans. Division 3 we'll see Beverley against Bentley, and Driglington, they will take on East Leeds. So there are a few other games on this weekend, certainly a lot of cup games on. This weekend is the Northwest Men's Finals Day, and we've got the Cup, Shield and Trophy, I think it is. So first of all, we've got it's at Oral St James. All 3 matches are there. And the first game at 11 a.m. is Forley Lane A. They will be taking on A. Warriors. That will be a good game. Then we've got Banky Bulls, who, if I'm not wrong, were in the final last year as well. They're up against Rochdale Mayfield A. That's kick-off at 1 p.m. And then finally, this one should be a blinder. It's Oral St James, and they will be taking on Erse Finch. And as I said quite a few shows ago, Oral St James and Erse Finch will face each other quite a few times this season. So yeah, I know this is one that Oral St James, from what I was hearing when we were interviewing the coach from Oral St James, they haven't won this before, so they were keen to get in this competition and win this trophy. So yeah, so that's Oral St James up against Erse Finch. So that's the Northwest Men's League. Moving over to the Yorkshire Men's League and the games for this weekend. And we've got first a cup match is Murfield versus Bradford Dudley Hill. In the Premier Division, Almonry Spartans, they will be welcoming Keighley Albion. Doncaster Toll Bar, they will be welcoming Freiston Warriors. While King's Cross Park, they will be going over to Newton Panthers. Westgate Common, they will be travelling over to Stanley Rangers. Division 1, Cutside Raiders welcome Ossett Trinity Tigers. Hunslet ARLFC will be welcoming Siddle Academy. Obviously that cup match, Murfield versus Bradford Dudley Hill. Wibsey Warriors will be taking on Charleston Rovers. Division 2, we've got Birkinshaw Blue Dogs versus Emily Moor Cougars. Brighouse Rangers travel to Mould Green. In Division 3, we've got Bristol Victoria up against New Hiswick All Blacks. Doddus Miners travel to Upton, while Bramley Buffaloes mosey on over to Wyke. Elland and Gretland, they will be going over to York Acorn. In Division 4, Dewsbury Moor, they will be up against Guild Vikings. West Craven Warriors will welcome Sherburn Bears, and Underbank Rangers will make the journey over to York Barbarians. Division 5, Garthworth Tigers mosey on over to Derby Elks, while the Durham Valley Bulldogs welcome Criddleston All Blacks. Finally, Falcons, they will be playing Batley, and Linley St Joseph's, well, they'll welcome the Scarborough Pirates to their ground. In Division 6, King's Cross Park Academy are up against the Motown Mambas, while the Rycroft Hammers will play Guiseley Rangers. Charleston Rovers Academy will welcome Hemsworth Dragons. In the NCL Alliance, Eworth will take on Eastmoor Dragons. Stanley will welcome Milford, while Normanton Knights will make the journey to Shawcross Sharks. And in the Old Division, we've got Skirler will be making the trip to East Hull. Myton Warriors will be playing Cotton Tigers, and Scunthorpe Steel Sharks will be taking on West Hull. So there you go. That hopefully is the majority of the fixtures that are going to be on this weekend. As I say, Parky not here at the moment, so I'm doing the best I can, and we'll try to bring you anything that comes through from Parky, certainly on next week's show. We've got to see how things go on there in the championships, and I know that there's going to be some great matches this weekend. Certainly the Yorkshire the Northwest Men's Finals, though, 3 great games. So if you bit of loose end this weekend, get over there and watch those, because you'll have a really great day at a nice club there, Oral St James. So thanks very much indeed. Hope you've enjoyed it. Of course, it's been me, Steve Beats, just holding the fort while Parky just obviously does his thing. I will see you next week, and until then, have a great weekend. Take care.
Every tackle, every try, every scrum. Green Cooling is proud to be part of the Community Rugby League family.